From Southern Colorado's high-definition news leader, this is News Channel 13, where the news comes first.
And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
The long and hard-fought journey to the Super Bowl ends in victory.
Some said they couldn't do it, but they did. The Denver Broncos win the Lombardi Trophy.
This one's for Pat!
It was the first Super Bowl Pat Bowlen could not attend, but his players and his fans celebrated this with him in spirit.
As a legend debates his future.
Definitely got to say a little prayer and thank the man upstairs for this great opportunity, and I'm just very grateful.
Broncos fans both in California.
There's so many more Broncos fans here than Carolina fans.
And in Southern Colorado.
It was amazing. Awesome.
Go Denver!
Yeah.
Celebrating tonight as the Broncos win Super Bowl 50.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on a very special edition of KRDO News Channel 13 at 10 o'clock, the Super Bowl Sunday night. I'm Greg Miller.
And I'm Bonnie Silkman. Of course, first up tonight, your Denver Broncos are Super Bowl champions. They defeated the Carolina Panthers 24-10.
The entire state is celebrating this win right now. Take a live look from Denver. So many people have come into this area of downtown Denver. Lower downtown Denver police are shutting off traffic at this point. They are on scene just in case things get out of hand, but all you see right now are just very excited fans jumping in the streets. It is a reason to celebrate tonight.
Absolutely, and we do have complete team coverage in Southern Colorado and at Levi's Stadium in the San Francisco area tonight.
We'll get with Emily Allen. She has been spending the night with fans in Southern Colorado in just a moment, but first, News Channel 13's Heather Skold and Rob Namnoom. They are live at Levi Stadium. Guys, I don't know about you, but this is such a big night.
Such a big night here in Santa Clara, California. The Denver Broncos are the Super Bowl 50 champions. Quite a win tonight, Rob. 24-10 over the Carolina Panthers. Such an amazing finish for this entire team. It's been a rough season. It has been one that's been marked with injuries. Peyton was out a number of games, came back to bring the team home, the Lombardi Trophy, and it will be coming back to Broncos country.
Yeah, in fact, I was just in the locker room about 10 minutes ago, and a lot of the guys were getting their pictures taken with that shiny Vince Lombardi Trophy. And you know, this game pretty much sums up the season for the Broncos. Not much offense, a couple of field goals, and the defense made plays time and time again to keep the Broncos in this contest. Von Miller had a huge night. He had a couple fumble recoveries. He had a couple of sacks. And really, I was talking to TJ Ward, and I was talking to Chris Harris, and they both said, look, the Panthers didn't play anybody all season long. And Harris joked that you guys drank the Kool-Aid on the Panthers. He said they didn't play anybody. He said when we watched the tape, he said we knew we were going to win this game. And he said the Panthers didn't play anybody. And the Broncos, they had the #1 rated defense. And honestly, guys, I think this was a team of destiny.
Yeah, well, we keep hearing that defense wins championships, and that's certainly what we saw tonight. You know, going into the halftime tonight, we were thinking, my goodness, offense has not scored at all in this game. It was all defensive driven. And of course, we had huge plays by Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware. They did a phenomenal job tonight. And we got to have a shout out to McManus as well.
Yeah.
He put a lot of points on the board tonight. And, you know, we just heard from Peyton Manning post-show. You know, rumors were swirling after what he had said to Bill Belichick after the game against the Patriots.
This may be my last
This
rodeo.
may be my last rodeo. And of course, he thought that it was a private conversation between himself and Bill, and it was not. It was the conversation that went round the world. And ever since then, people have been talking about, is this Peyton's last rodeo? Well, he answered that question tonight after the game. Listen in.
I don't know the answer to that. Like I said, Tony Dungy, who I spoke with, I communicated with him last night when he got in the Hall of Fame, and that was very special. But I talked to him last week, and He called me and said, I need to talk to you. And he said that he got some good advice from Dick Vermeil, and I think maybe Bill Cowher as well, about not making an emotional decision one way or the other. And so I thought that was good advice.
Does it matter how you guys are going to be remembered? I mean, I'm sure you're not even thinking about that at this moment.
So there you heard it. He has been advised by Tony Dungy that he should not make an emotional decision, and he went on to talk a little bit more about that. Like, let this emotion, let the high ride out.
Yeah,
enjoy what this is.
I was just going to say, I was just in the locker room, and Peyton basically said, look, I wasn't going to make this week about me. And I thought that was a sure sign of selflessness on his part. He didn't want this to be, and no disrespect to Ray Lewis, but when Ray Lewis played his final game with the Ravens, that whole week was about the Baltimore Ravens, and I mean, it was about Ray Lewis and not the Baltimore Ravens. So Peyton Manning made this about his team. I asked a couple of players. He made an emotional speech last night, he and DeMarcus Ware, and some of the players told me they got goosebumps listening to Peyton Manning. And we're going to talk a little bit now about the Broncos defense, as we talked about moments ago. They had a slew of sacks. They really put Cam Newton under duress. Chris Harris said, we played a basic defense. We played man-to-man, and we just went after Cam Newton. Let's listen to some of the Broncos' defensive players and that Orange Crush defense.
Anytime you can battle through adversity throughout a whole season, and make the plays we did at the times that we did, it's unbelievable, man. I'm just blessed to be a part of it, because 2 years ago I was watching the game, and I was like, man, I would love to play for the Broncos, man, but I don't think I'll go that far in the draft, and then have my situations, and I ended up here, and we won this time.
We wanted to come out and get an early start. We had to come out and hit them early, let them boys know early what kind of game it was going to be. So that's what we was able to do, man. We had some good hits early, got a turnover early. Von Miller, man. We talked all yesterday about it. I'm saying, shout his MVP. We wrote his MVP speech yesterday, man. We already knew what he was going to come do.
We got the best defense on the planet. On offense, we just try to make it easy by putting up points. We knew if we can get up, we'll be fine. We just did enough. I mean, that's what it's been all year for us. With the new system. That's just what it's been all year, and we got it done.
Incredible game.
Really,
but as you said, Rob, again, to reiterate, 24-10, a lot of those points were put on the board courtesy of the defense.
Yes,
and
we had the first touchdown of the game. Von Miller hits Cam Newton, and there's Malik Jackson, pounces on the piggy in the end zone, and then scores a touchdown, and then he takes the football and throws it into the stands.
Yeah.
And it could be Malik Jackson's final game with the Broncos as well. He's going to be a free agent. And as he told me about a month ago, when I asked him, are you going to play Powerball, Malik? He said, my Powerball is coming in about a month.
Very nice, very nice. Well, we have continuing coverage of Super Bowl 50 right here in Santa Clara, California. More coming up tonight on KRDO News Channel 13. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Heather, Rob, thank you so much. Here in Southern Colorado, Broncos country feeling very alive tonight as well. KRDO News Channel 13's Emily Allen continues our team coverage. She is live in downtown Colorado Springs. Emily, how's it like there?
Hey, Don, if I switch this...
Greg and Bonnie, it has been quiet downtown, but we did see this accident just a little while ago. Now, police say at this point they do have someone in custody for a DUI. Throughout tonight, there has been a fairly big police presence downtown. Not a ton. I mean, definitely not as many police cars as you would see on a Friday or a Saturday night, but they have been here patrolling up and down Tejon. People have limited their celebrations to house parties inside bars and at house parties, but no one has been rowdy or out of hand. People say, though, that they can't cheer enough about tonight's big win.
It was amazing.
Awesome. Go Denver.
Yeah, we could do it all the way.
Woo! You couldn't stop the Denver Broncos. No, I can't.
It was absolutely amazing. It was a really good game.
Earlier tonight, fans told me, win or lose, they are thrilled to be part of the Super Bowl. So we have obviously seen a lot of commotion up in Denver. It's been a much different scene down here in Colorado Springs. Overall, it has been calm. There are police out and about, and there's also people out and about up and down the streets, but overall, it's been very calm, and fans are just thrilled again to have won tonight. In Colorado Springs, Emily Allen, KRDO News Channel 13.
All right, Emily, thank you. And the celebrations are continuing down in Pueblo for the Broncos' third championship. See the pom-poms going, clearly some excited fans, and that's the same feeling really all over the home of heroes right now. And now this is over at the Broncos Firehouse that's near Pueblo Boulevard, and we did speak with one fan who says this victory is a dream come true.
This is the greatest feeling around. I mean, we're so proud of the Broncos. I mean, we've been waiting for this since the last Super Bowl, and we're like, oh, they made it. They played great all year. It was just a perfect, awesome game.
Perfect, awesome game. Well, the Broncos Firehouse was converted from an old Pueblo fire station. More than 100 people were there tonight cheering on our Broncos.
And we have seen many of your pictures and your video as you celebrated the Denver Broncos' big win in Super Bowl 50.
Now, we did have video of a scene in La Junta following the Broncos' big win. Here it is. You can hear, of course, all of the cars honking their horns. Ashley posted this video to our Facebook page tonight. Obviously, some happy fans, very young fans as well. Carissa posted a picture of a little cheerleader, and another one from Alex took this photo of his little one holding a silver football that looks like a Lombardi trophy. All right, very awesome. Thanks so much for all these photos.
Yeah, and keep them coming into our Facebook page, KRDO News Channel 13. In the meantime, we need to get a check at the forecast. Storm Tracker 13's Mike Everett tracking a milder work week ahead, and with a big parade scheduled for Tuesday up in Denver, Mike, everybody hoping for some mild weather and clear skies in the coming days.
Greg, Bonnie, I can't stop smiling. That was one spectacular game. You know, another thing that's making me smile is looking at this week's forecast. A little bit of work to do first. It's going to be a cold one tonight. Currently 23 in the Springs, 30 in Pueblo, seeing some 20s and 30s out into the plains as well. Already super cold up in the mountains there. Gunnison sitting right at the 0 mark, 17s in Walsenburg and Alamosa. We got lots and lots of photos in tonight from Larry, from Gil, from Steph, from Kayla, and finally from Chris, all with the same theme. Everybody saying, hey, Broncos colors going on out there tonight. Must be some kind of a sign. Outside right now, we are seeing some of that high cloud cover moving in along I-25 at Garden of the Gods. I'll tell you how that will affect your Monday morning commute in just a few moments. Greg and Bonnie, back to you.
Mike, thank you. And a Fountain woman faces 7 counts of aggravated animal cruelty after authorities found 3 emaciated pit bulls living in a vacant home. Crystal McIntosh says she moved out of the house 3 months ago and didn't know what happened to those dogs. Police say a neighbor called 911 after noticing broken windows in that home, and they also heard dogs barking. Several dead turtles were also discovered. The UN Security Council is strongly condemning North Korea's launch of a long-range rocket. Today's launch is triggering a wave of international accusations. It's also prompting emergency meetings in multiple countries. Though North Korea says the launch was for scientific and peaceful purposes, it is being widely viewed as a front to test a ballistic missile.
Meanwhile, in politics, with the New Hampshire primary just a couple of days away, Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side is feeling confident. The Vermont senator packed into crowds today, but packed no punches.
The most important foreign policy issue in the modern history of this country was the war in Iraq. I was right on that issue. Hillary Clinton was wrong.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton, who is trailing by double digits in most polls, spent her day in Flint, Michigan, talking about that water crisis. Today, Clinton accused Sanders of using deceptive campaign tactics.
And Jeb Bush is trashing Donald Trump as, quote, not a serious conservative, and bashing rival Republicans for not taking the fight to the bombastic billionaire businessman. Bush said at a town hall in Nashua, New Hampshire today that Trump is not a serious conservative or a serious leader, and Bush earlier called Trump a loser.
It is a sign of real weakness when you call John McCain or Leo Thorsness or anybody else that was a POW who served this country in a way that should be admired, American heroes, calling them losers. Donald Trump, you're the loser.
In a real clear politics average of national polls, Trump comes in at 32% and Bush just at 4%. Time now, 10:14.
Sorry, thought I was supposed to run to the wall. Here's what's happening on your Monday morning. We will be looking at some nice conditions. I-25 in both directions looking good, but again, the big concern will be that melting. We've seen a lot of that snow melting. That will be refreezing overnight. That could affect your commute on Monday morning. I've got your full forecast coming up.
And here's another look live from downtown Denver tonight. The celebration over the big Super Bowl continues. Traffic cutoff from downtown tonight in Denver area. Looks like things may be getting a little out of hand, or they're just festive. We're not sure yet. Police are on scene, and we are too. We'll be back with more right after this.
And it looks like all the stars are in alignment. Broncos Super Bowl champions and some nice weather coming up and a nice start to your Monday morning. We were just talking about that. I-25 in both directions. At this point looking fine, but again, that refreezing overnight, especially along Highway 24. But a lot of the on-ramps and sidewalks will be looking pretty chilly and slippery as well. Kids, I checked with the schools. Unfortunately, a Super Bowl win isn't a reason to stay home from school. So 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's going to be a cold one. Colorado Springs, 21 at 8 a.m., but that wind chill will be in the single digits with that light north wind. So, yeah, it's going to be a cold start to the day tomorrow. Woodland Park, same story, 24 is your temperature, but your wind chill will be about 15. So another day to wear the coat, and you're probably going to want it for most of the day. Current temperatures right now, 23 in the Springs, 30 in Pueblo, seeing some 20s and 30s out into the plains, 31 currently in Lamar, 25 Canyon City, Gunnison sitting right at the 0 mark right now, seeing 17 in Alamosa. Now, overnight lows tonight, yeah, it's going to be cold. Last night was kind of mild. It took a while to get cold, but it's going to be cold pretty quick tonight. 15 in the Springs, 16 overnight in Pueblo, 19 Salida, 13 below in Gunnison, 17 La Junta, 18 Lamar, 25 for your overnight temperature in Springfield. Live HD Doppler radar a little bit deceptive right now. We're not picking up on those high clouds that have moved in. If you take a look outside right now, you're seeing that high cloud moving in there, reflecting off the lights. Not going to bring any precipitation with it, but it should be gone by morning. 44 will be your high in the Springs on your Monday on Colorado Springs, 48 in Pueblo, 50 in Canyon City. You're going to see some 40s out into the plains as well, fairly uniform there. 45 will be your temperature in Lamar. Now, the good news. 44 for your high on Monday. It's going to be kind of average. That's about where we should be for this time of year, but then that ridge of high pressure moves in. We're going to start to see some sunshine and some temperatures getting into the upper 50s. We may make a run at 60 on Wednesday. Going to give us a chance to get a lot of that melting done, but those overnight temperatures do go below freezing. So again, we're going to be seeing a lot of that thawing and refreezing overnight all week long. Pueblo, how about 48 for your Monday? But as we go through the week here, we're going to get into the mid 60s there. Look at that, 63 by Wednesday, and you get to hang on to that all the way into the weekend there. 64 on Saturday. That's some pretty good stuff. 50 for your high on Monday in Canyon City. We're going to take up into the 60s as well, all the way through Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday. The first drop-off looks like it'll come next Sunday. And finally, in Teller County, 43 for your Monday. And then you've got a beautiful week ahead as well. Again, just a nice chance to kind of reset, maybe get out, get the shovel out, reclaim your sidewalk, and of course get the plows out there to finally reclaim the streets. Lots of sunshine ahead. It's going to be a great week.
Warmer weather is something we appreciate, Mike. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Here's another look live from downtown Denver tonight,
where the celebrations are underway, and looks like everything is okay so far. They have blocked off areas of downtown Denver, but looks like people just have been, jumping for joy and celebrating.
with good reason.
Absolutely. Time now just about 10:20.
We'll just get it as soon as we're done here.
What's in there?
They're talking to you.
Yeah. Who's first in there? All right. Yeah. Okay.
Who do you have?
Talib's wife. You know what? Let's just do Daniels. I think they want to hear from the players, not the,
Did you interview his wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't you think?
Huh?
What would people want?
Yeah. His wife didn't play.
Yeah. Let's just do Daniels, okay? Both of us.
Okay.
So, 90 out.
Welcome back, everyone. We, of course, want to continue our Super Bowl 50 coverage tonight. Congrats to all the Broncos fans, by the way. What a big win. And KRDO News Channel 13's anchor Heather Skold and sports director Rob Namnoom have been out in the Bay Area all weekend.
Heather, what's it like out there right now?
Well, you know, a lot of the Broncos fans have been celebrating since the championship became the Broncos once again. And the atmosphere, I'll tell you, well, a lot of Broncos fans came through here celebrating. They're off to party from here, from the stadium. Now, earlier, we did get a chance to talk with Owen Daniels, tight end of the Broncos. And as you know, he became a Bronco this fall. So this is his first season here being a Bronco. But he was saying victory is indeed sweet.
Does it matter how you guys are going to be remembered? I mean, I'm sure you're not even thinking about that at this moment.
We'll be remembered as Super Bowl 50 champs with the greatest defense of all time. I'm okay with that. I'll have a ring for life, baby. All right.
A Super Bowl ring to show off for the rest of his life. Not too shabby. It's been 17 years in coming, Rob. But the Broncos will go down in history as being the Super Bowl 50 champions.
Yeah, and also their defense. Many of the players believe that they'll be considered one of the best defenses in NFL history. And by the way, Owen Daniels, 10 years in the NFL, finally wins a Super Bowl ring. He's played all 10 years with Gary Kubiak. Gary Kubiak becomes the 4th head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl in his first season. Do you want to know what Peyton Manning has to say about his future? Wait till after the commercial break. We'll bring that to you. Reporting live from Levi Stadium with Heather Scold, Rob Namnam. We'll be right back.
All right, Rob, thanks a lot.
It's a professional tease. I don't even need to do anything.
We'll be right back. Let's take a quick look at Denver. Lots of parties. We'll be right back.
And now, the award-winning News Channel 13 Sports, sponsored by Larry H. Miller Dealerships.
Well, it is a very good night to be a Denver Broncos fan. The Broncos are Super Bowl 50 champions. They beat the Panthers 24-10 in a game that was dominated by the defense, but the offense did do just enough to win the game. Peyton Manning efficient enough to get them into the end zone twice and win the game 24-10, like I mentioned. Now, our Rob Namnum is live in Santa Clara, California tonight, covering all the action. Rob, what a night. How are you even, like, I don't understand how you're not jumping for joy right now.
I don't know either, Nicholas, but I tell you, it was a really joyous locker room when I went in there about a half hour after the Broncos received the Vince Lombardi Trophy. You mentioned Peyton Manning. Was it his best game? No. Was it enough to win a Super Bowl title? Yes, it was, thanks to that outstanding defense performance tonight by the Denver Broncos. Now, a little tidbit from Peyton Manning's father, Archie Manning, who I saw in the locker room along with his brother Eli and Cooper. Archie Manning told an NFL reporter tonight he believes his days in Denver are done. So there's that. Peyton Manning said after the game the reason why he didn't want to make a decision about his future is because he didn't want this week to be about Peyton Manning.
I kind of thank the players for helping just for sticking with me and helping me allowing me to be a part of the journey. And I had a couple of reflective stories on some things that have happened during the season. I mixed in some humor in there to help me kind of keep it together. It kind of helps you. I didn't want to get up there. It's emotional talk, it's an emotional time, but. I felt I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to share some things. I'm very proud of that. Yeah. I am very proud of that. I'm honored and grateful for that I've had a chance to win a championship with two separate organizations, and there's a bond that you'll have with those teammates and those coaches. And like I said, I got had a coach, and I found out a coach and a receiver of mine were going in the Hall of Fame, last night.
That's right.
And so, and then
you got him in.
I saw no. I saw Jeff Saturday on the sidelines, so you always have that bond with all the guys you played in, but especially ones you had a chance to win a championship with. And saw Bill Poe in, and so I'll be grateful for this bond that I have with this bunch, because no matter what happens with me or anybody, this group, these coaches, these players will not all be on the same team next year. So this was one unique opportunity for this group, and I'm very, very grateful to be a part of it, and I do not take it for granted by any means.
Hey, you're in 15 minutes. He's got to go, guys.
Well, just a classy gentleman indeed. At the age of 39 years old, Peyton Manning becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to win 2 Super Bowl championships with 2 different teams. He won a title with the Colts and then tonight with the Denver Broncos. Will he be back with the Broncos? Will he play another snap in the NFL? That question will be answered down the road. Tonight, Peyton Manning is a Super Bowl champion. Reporting live from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, Rob Namnum for KRDO, News Channel 13 Sports.
Yeah, thank you so much, Robin. Great work out there all week. No more questions for Manning. Let him celebrate. He did say that he does want to end this night with a cold one, a Budweiser. I think he deserves it. We'll be right back.